Now this weekend, Remembrance Sunday of course, the King, Princess of Wales and Prince George paid their respects for our fallen heroes.
But across the pond, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle attended Kris Jenner's star-studded birthday bash in Beverly Hills instead.
Whilst Prince Harry was wearing a poppy to the event, was it a royal faux pas for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to party instead of paying their respects?
Well, to debate this now, we're joined by Editor-at-Large for the Mail on Sunday, Charlotte Griffiths, and the royal commentator, Jack Stooks. Very good morning to you both. Charlotte, let's start with you. Is this a royal faux pas for Harry and Meghan to be partying with Kardashians over Remembrance weekend?
It's absolutely a faux pas, and I'd go further and say it's the most tragic display from these two I've seen for a very long time, if not ever. It couldn't be less appropriate to go to a Kardashian showbiz star-studded party where, of course, these aren't their close circle of friends. These aren't their best friends. It's not Harry's best mate's 40th. They don't know the Kardashians. So to have gone there and then to have gone without wearing a poppy. I know Harry wore his poppy. Meghan did not wear a poppy. The easiest thing in the world, it would have taken a second to just pin in a poppy and it would have actually helped a little bit. But to have attended in the first place was just unforgivable.
Harsh on the Sussexes, because in America, I don't think Remembrance Sunday has the same resonance as it does in the UK.
No, of course it doesn't. But Harry is a veteran himself. Harry just last week went to Canada while his brother was in Belize, in Brazil, trying to, I suppose, in some way, steal a bit of attention from his brother, but also to support veterans in Canada. Now, this is a really important weekend for Harry. He, I'm sure, wishes he was in London at the Cenotaph, but because of his behaviour over the years, he hasn't been there. But to have gone out, he really should have stayed in. He knows this. He's been in the royal family for 41 years. He knows how it works. He knows that is a really stupid thing to do. And do you know what I really think? I just think he doesn't have any agency in the decision-making that goes on in his marriage. I really think if he'd had his way, he would have stayed in that night, because it's the obvious thing to do is not to go out partying on the Remembrance weekend.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GB News discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
Jack, let's bring you in at this stage. Do you think they would have been wise to stay indoors this weekend?
I mean, I do see what she's saying, but I don't feel that where they are, they need to be sort of locked away and hidden out of sight. I don't see why. He's in America. He's going by what the Americans are doing. He was wearing a poppy. I don't think anybody else was. From all the photos I've seen, I think he was the only one with a poppy on. Yes, they do have Veterans Day on the 11th. Obviously, we have Remembrance Day, but they in America tend to wear poppies. I think it's more on the Memorial Day, which is, I think, late May, if I'm right in saying. So Meghan was doing nothing wrong. Harry was doing nothing wrong. I mean, Harry wasn't out, on the 11th having a massive party. Harry's the only member of the royal family that's actually currently served in a war. So none of the other royal family have actually served. So I think if anything, Harry knows what he's doing more than most. He's been there. He's seen the conflict. He's seen what it's done to people. So I don't think that he would have sort of gone out thinking, oh, I don't really care about anything. He does care, very much so. And knowing Harry, knowing how much he does care, I don't think that they have done anything. I mean, it was a Saturday night. He was invited to a party that they've said yes to attend to. And I'm sure people would have said, oh, what's the poppy all about? Why are you wearing it now? And, he would have had that conversation. So if anything, he's actively showing that he was wearing the poppy, and he can actively talk about what's going on here in England.
Yeah, Charlotte, I guess Harry would have known that anything he does is viewed through a UK lens, and even though it's not well, it is a big deal in America, but maybe not this weekend in the same way, that it would have caused headlines as it is today.
Yeah, I mean, this was the biggest celebrity party to have happened where they live in California for months, if not years. It's Kris Jenner. She's the matriarch of the Kardashians. I think Kim Kardashian has something like 360 million followers. I mean, they're basically the American royal family, and the celebrities there were super famous. You've got Justin Bieber there. And all these other big names, Oprah Winfrey, their old friend from The Interview. So they must have known that on Sunday morning, that party would have been all over the papers, all over online. And so I think probably what happened was they couldn't resist the opportunity to go and to be seen. And it's important for their level of fame that they are seen networking with these super high-end A-list celebrities. I actually think what happened was Harry realised, oh, this is probably not the best PR move, but was somehow overruled because it was just too tempting to go to such a, quote, important party. And I think that in itself just says so much about what they value now compared to, the Harry that I used to know, the Harry from pre-Megxit, as it were, would really have never gone to any party when he should have been, remembering war veterans. And I also think that the Kardashians are quite well known for sort of paying people to go to these parties. I don't know if they paid Meghan and Harry. They probably didn't, but their parties aren't authentic. Some of those people were their friends, but some of them were just celebrities who were just going because it's Kris Jenner's A-list party, and who doesn't want to be seen at that? And it reminds me a bit of their wedding. When somebody asked George Clooney at Meghan and Harry's wedding, how do you know the happy couple? And he replied, I don't. And, we know Oprah went to that wedding. Oprah barely knew them at that point. It's just this kind of American thing of hanging around with famous people for the sake of it. And that isn't more important than veterans.